Welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie.
There we go. Everyone, let me know if you can hear Carla Marie first in the chat because we're using a new video system to connect. And I want to make sure. Okay, loud and clear for Carla Marie. Look at that, and the video's clear, the audio's clear. Wow.
Live from New Jersey. I just saw a message from Nick, NYC, in the chat. You missed this, Anthony. It just came through. This morning while he was walking his dog, he was walking on his deck and he fell through the deck.
Jeez. You know
Sorry,
what's
Nick,
weird? Anytime I walk on a wooden surface, I literally think of that.
I think about it on the New Jersey boardwalk all the time. I used to be so scared that I was going to fall through and get washed away.
The boardwalk, the platform we have here, if I visit anyone's home and I get on their porch or their deck, I just think that I'm going to fall through. It's a fear I've had forever. So thank you for reminding me about that, Nick. And I'm
Nick,
glad you're good enough to be here.
Right. And I hope your dog's okay.
Today we are not going to have the list on this side of the screen, mainly because Carla Marie is in New Jersey. And I don't have the scene set up where we can have the list and both of us on camera at the same time. That will be fixed hopefully by tomorrow. So this is the shot you got today. This is it. Just our beautiful faces. Me here in Seattle.
It looks like yours is uneven because the computer screen is on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like your video is like this.
How about that? I can't get the screen that far away from me is the problem. Whatever. It's good enough for now. What do you got there? Wow, so you did Athletic Greens, sponsor number 1, and now Seattle Gummy Company.
Influencer Marie.
Are you eating that now on camera?
Because I eat it after my AG1, or I have my AG1 late today.
Well, maybe, considering you're doing the show at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Let me tell you what. The time difference this time and the jet lag have completely thrown me more than ever before because I landed Friday. And then Friday night, I couldn't fall asleep till 2:30 a.m. But then I had to be up by like 7 or 8 to get ready for my niece's bridal shower. And I was like a zombie that whole day, which sucked because that was like the day.
Yeah.
And then all day, even like yesterday, I kept feeling like I was constantly hungover, but I wasn't.
You know, if you don't get in a good rhythm like the first day, it will mess you up for a couple days at least, if not the whole trip. So have you worked out yet, Carla Marie?
No, and that I know will help.
It will.
That's the plan tomorrow morning.
If I've learned anything from following The Rock on Instagram for years and years and years, it's when you land in a new city, get to the gym, reset your body, and then, I don't know, have people cook for you and do all of the other things like The Rock probably does since he's, a mega millionaire.
Yeah, but I landed and I was here with my little niece, so I wasn't going to go to the gym.
Well, maybe you should take her to the gym. What is she doing? Nothing. Crawling around like a lazy sack of flesh.
Crawling? That kid is running laps around every house she goes to.
Well, then maybe she should be going to the gym. If you can walk, you can deadlift. Remember that. You can walk, you can deadlift.
She'll be here tomorrow. I'll teach her.
No, you know what's weird with, you mentioned how you couldn't sleep the first night. I have not been able to sleep for like a week straight. Just have not been able to get good sleep. And yesterday was the worst of all the days. I'm running on probably 2.5 hours of sleep right now.
Why?
I don't know. I think part of it's my addiction to my phone, if I'm being completely honest, because the second I can't fall asleep, I end up grabbing my phone and scrolling, and then I'm scrolling for too long, and then the blue lights are keeping me awake and all of that stuff.
No.
But I've even tried the last couple of days to say, okay, put the phone away, doing some breathing exercises to just calm down, keep my eyes closed, even if I'm wide awake, and it just has not worked at all.
Yeah, the phone is probably 90% of my problem as well.
Yeah. Scotty said maybe Super Bowl money stress is keeping me up, which could be true because I still have a lot of money out there for the Super Bowl and for the Raiders tickets. But
today's the first day you're able to sell them.
Well, we haven't even had that. They haven't even been released to us. When we were talking to, and when I say we, my cousin just CCs me on a bunch of emails because I'm terrible at this stuff. And he's also the person whose name is on the tickets. The email from our representative with the Raiders ticket office said they should be released in a day or two, or a day or a couple of days. So,
Crazy.
yeah. It's weird, though, because people are already posting tickets on StubHub, so I don't know how they're doing that.
Yeah, because you have to prove that you have the tickets when you do that.
Yeah, I got no idea. But I talked to my friend Sean, who bought aftermarket tickets for the Eagles Super Bowl last year. Tried to get like the lay of the land, like when did ticket prices go up? When did you buy them? What did you see? Stuff like that. So I got a little bit of information from him, but we may already have someone who wants those tickets for what they said FMV, which took me a while to figure out what that abbreviation was. Carla Marie?
Farming motor vehicles.
Farming motor vehicles. That is it. They wanted it for farming motor vehicles. They are going to use this ticket to then resell and buy farming equipment so they can test people.
Yes, they're going to just trade you
them.
farming equipment for the ticket.
No, FMV. Let's see. I see face money value.
Heather said fair market value.
Fair market value is what it is. There's a lot of close guesses.
So not what you bought it at. Whatever the market. Paying.
Yeah, whatever the market is. So we had already decided that when the tickets get released and we see what the prices are in our section, we're going to basically take the average and then undercut it by like $1,000. So that's the deal. And he already said it's someone my cousin knows, and they already said they don't need a discount. They know that he has them, and if they're going to buy them anyway.
So then, do you not have to sell them through StubHub?
Well, what we are going to do is we're going to, if this actually goes through, we are going to at least discount the fees that we would have had to pay because they are saving us
fees, and the government then doesn't know that you sold them, and you don't have to pay taxes.
Well, Carla Marie, we are being recorded right now. So maybe tax fraud isn't something that you want to bring up,
Scotty, that is a phrase that I have blocked from my life. So Scotty in the chat says, this guy has FU money, huh? Must be nice. No one is allowed to say must be nice. When I tell you, and Scotty, I love you, so I'm not actually being mean to you. When people use that phrase, I'm like, no, you don't get to do that. You don't get to say, must be nice. Just live your life and appreciate what you have.
I think there are scenarios where it works, right? Like when people tell me, oh, you could go to the gym in the middle of the day, must be nice. It's like, yeah, well, I wake up earlier than you and I sleep later than you and I do a lot of other things outside of the gym. But
they don't get to say that.
But I think if you're spending close to $20,000 on football tickets, someone's allowed to say to you, must be nice.
I
think there are scenarios where it works. Not all the time. Not with us normies.
I mean, like Leo on a yacht must be nice, or just like, wow, that's cool. Look at him.
Must be nice.
I think there's something about it when I tell you that it causes a reaction in my throat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good question. Sunali, as we talk about open tax fraud here, Sunali said, is it tax fraud if you're selling it to a friend? That is true. It's someone that he knows personally.
But you're making money on it. So like if I sold my house to my friend.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. It's a good question. Because technically I'm allowed to gift you up to like $10,000, right? Or something like that. Isn't that some sort of tax break? Like once a year, I can give you $10,000.
Yeah, it's something weird. So maybe.
Maybe.
Fred the mailman said, whenever people say must be nice, I say it's better than nice.
That is a good response. That is a good response.
Scotty said, it's actually one of the phrases that I despise, but it comes out. Thank you for catching that. Adore you, CF.
Listen, we all say it.
It's Wendy's birthday.
Oh. Where?
Oh, I hear it.
I didn't even catch whose birthday it was. Who was it, Carla Marie?
Wendy in Brooklyn.
Wendy. Happy freaking birthday. Let's see. Oh, Kendi says the limit for like taxable gifts is $17,000 in Minnesota.
Let's go there.
And I do believe it might be different per state because I think every state has their own, they have their own income tax laws. They have their own estate laws. They have all of those things are different.
It is time for every state to be their own country. I'm over it.
Yeah.
Florida can go do what they want to do. Texas, I know they want to leave. California, I mean, Washington, maybe Washington, Oregon, we do a little thing together.
Well,
We don't need to.
not to get like too historical and nerdy here, that was kind of the way this country was set up.
And I think we should go back to it.
We were
But no one's allowed to have weapons to kill each other.
Well, I mean, we already have those, so
No, but they
good
can't be
luck.
used on the 50.
So, well,
52.
the way that America was set up, the 13 original colonies, not Texas, like Instagram apparently thought. There was someone's reel who just went viral that was like, when this country was set up, Texas and the 13 colonies did not sign the Constitution. It's like, well, Texas, you're right, did not sign the Constitution. They weren't a state. They weren't even America. But when the 13 colonies were established and America was established, we were supposed to act more like the European Union does now, where it was like a very loose affiliation state to state. Oh, I'm zooming in. Why is that happening?
Because your hands.
A very loose affiliation state to state, but also every state had their own separate governments that did whatever they wanted, which we still have a little bit of that today. The federal government is probably stronger than our founding fathers anticipated. So,
Well, we should bring them back.
bring who, the founding fathers back? Imagine the world. Imagine what they would react.
They would just say, burn it down.
How they would
Throw
react.
it all in the harbor.
We'd have to tell them there are dinosaurs. We would have to explain so many things to those guys. And we still use everything they said as law here in America. It's kind of crazy.
They would be like, you're a woman doing things? Get out of here.
Imagine if they saw a black person, like, out and about.
Okay, I was like, finish the sentence.
Like, it'd be insane.
That is true.
Yeah, Justin brings up a good point. A black president and an
true.
orange president.
I don't know which one they'd be more shocked about.
And a guy who's 80 years old and still
alive,
well
living.
enough to be the president. The last three presidents would have, their brains would have exploded.
You need to make a reel about this.
Their brains would have actually exploded. George Bush Jr. would have made sense. Clinton would have made sense. I think everyone before Obama would have made sense to the founding fathers, right? They all kind of fit that, like, 40 to 50-year-old white dude, gray hair stereotype. And
like, you look at photos. You look at photos of George Washington, and you're like, that guy was definitely older than Joe Biden. He was 67 when he died.
You know, this is the one piece of
It's that wig.
How do I put this? The one thing that makes me hopeful that we are not going to fall into a system of having just 80-year-old presidents year after year after year, or term after term after term, is if you remove Biden and Trump, who are only 3 years apart. So when people complain about Biden's age, I mean, the other option is right there. If you remove them, most of our presidents were elected in their 40s and 50s, which I think everyone agrees is like a reasonable age to be elected.
Wouldn't know, haven't been there yet. So I'll let you know when I get there.
I think.
Could I run the country now? Yes.
What was that?
Could I run the country now? Yes. But who knows? Maybe in my 40s, I'd be even better than I am now. That is also crazy to think how people are like, ew, 40 and your life, like, it stops, or whatever people, say about turning 40. But then here we are having people just start running the country at 40. The best is yet to come, apparently.
I think 40 is a great age. I think you have lived enough where you have some solid, like, ideas, whether other people agree with them or not. Like, you're set in your kind of moral standing and where you are politically. But I think you're also still young enough to have energy for things. Like, listen, we only have two options at this point. It's Trump or Biden, and neither of them strike me as guys with tons of vigor and energy to run the country for another 4 years.
Martha said, this will never not baffle me. People retire at 65, but the people who run the country are 80.
Yeah, and outside now, I think we have a bigger problem outside of the White House. I think when you go to Senate and Congress is when you start running into really big issues. Because at least with the president, you have term limits, right? You're gonna have to fight for that every 4 years. And then like 1 out of every 6 presidents gets assassinated too. So like the turnover, it's pretty quick.
Also, listen, I'm a big Ruth Bader Ginsburg fan. Love her.
Mhm.
And by fan, I mean, not like not standing and like people do
You
with
don't
some
wear
politicians.
her robe jersey?
No, but I do have like pins of her. So I guess a little bit up there. She worked till she was 87 when she died,
Yeah.
basically.
That's not a way to live.
No, but she wanted to.
No, but here's the crazy part about her is I think had Trump not been president, I think she would have retired. I think she was
Yes,
literally,
she said
she
that.
was just trying to stay alive long enough so that when someone replaced her, she wasn't the third justice appointed by Trump in his one term. And that's not a way anyone should live.
No.
Right?
Could you imagine?
No one should live thinking that their life, first off, is that important and their position in life is that important.
Sorry, but Fred just said that our 2 presidential options are like asking me if I want diarrhea with peanuts or diarrhea with corn. The 2-party system is broken.
Can we all talk? Everyone needs to watch this one South Park episode. Okay. The South Park episode came out years and years ago. I think it was during the Al Gore President Bush election. So that
Okay.
was what, year 2000. That's how old this episode is. And it still is 100% true today. It is the fact that the school has to vote for a new mascot, and their only 2 options are a turd and a douche, a turd sandwich and a douche. And literally, those are the mascots. And like Diddy comes in and he's yelling about vote or die. And Cartman's like, what? But why do I have to vote? My only options are a turd sandwich and a douche. And it's crazy because at the time when I was watching that, I couldn't even vote. So I didn't fully understand it.
Oh,
And
man.
now I'm like, that is one of the best representations of life in America that you're ever going to see. And I'm not the biggest South Park fan. I think some episodes are great and some are stupid. But that episode, everyone needs to watch. It is
Okay, I need to watch that.
phenomenal.
I think I want to go back and watch all of South Park because when it was on TV, my brother was watching it and I would watch some of it, but I also knew that I wasn't supposed to because I was a kid.
Yeah. Well, the interesting with South Park with me, and this is kind of the way my brain still works. All the kids I hated in middle school and high school loved South Park.
Yes.
So I didn't watch it. I was like, fuck
Why?
those kids. I hate them.
And I think that's part of it. And they made, I think it's going back to making things your identity.
Yeah.
Although I guess we could say that about anything, but
Carla,
they
you are
made
the queen of making things your identity.
I know, that's why I started laughing. But they made South Park their identity. And that's just like not the vibe I'm going for.
Yeah. But it is a great, great show. It is, and it's that one episode. I don't know where you stream South Park. Probably Paramount.
Oh, we have that.
Right, because I think Paramount owned Viacom, which owned Comedy Central.
My brother
I think
loved
so.
it.
But yeah, go. I don't know what episode that is. Just Google it. Turd sandwich versus douche. South Park.
My brother also. Oh, it's on Max.
Oh,
HBO Max.
no. Josh from Indy said Paramount Plus. Correct. And I trust everything
no,
Josh
sorry.
from Indy says.
HBO Max has a sponsored ad that comes up when I search stream
Those
South Park.
tricky little.
No, it is also on HBO Max.
I hate them. I hate
It's
how
also on
sponsored
Prime.
sponsored ads can throw you off like that.
Okay, these are all the places it's available.
The turd sandwich?
Just South Park in general. It's on HBO Max, Hulu, Amazon, Apple TV, Comedy Central, Sling TV, YouTube TV, and a bunch of other places.
Oh, wow. Would you look at
And you can
that?
also watch free episodes online.
Did you say Paramount Plus?
No, it did not say it in that list, but
That's crazy.
oh god, yesterday my dad, hey, do we have Paramount?
Paramount?
I said, Yeah, I said, "I need to check." All right, because somebody I know was telling me I gotta watch the show about The Sopranos. Like, it's not The Sopranos.
Okay.
And I said, "I'll check." And I know I have it, but I know they don't. I said, "I'll log you into my login."
Okay.
He's like, "Yeah, but it's not showing up there anymore." I said, "'Cause it's an app that you have to download." He's like, "But it was there." I'm like, "I believe you, but it's just not there anymore."
Listen, I would love nothing more than to make fun of older people and their lack of, I don't know, technological
Can't blame him.
ability. But the TV world is getting wild. Like,
It
it's
is.
hard for me to even do things. Just turning on the TV now, the Samsung like app or whatever, the Samsung TV user interface has changed, and it throws me off. And then I really am now sitting going, okay, well, this is the show I want to watch. Which one of these 18 apps do I have to scroll through to get it? And now I think we all just need to agree keyboards or remotes should just be keyboards. I'm
Yeah.
sick of scrolling through every single letter.
Or typing.
And I know people are going to say, "Oh, you could talk to your remote." No, screw them. I'm not talking to this piece of plastic so I can watch TV.
I will congratulate my dad on he knows where to go for all the NFL games and doesn't have any issues anymore. The first season that MLB did it and NFL did it, you know, I was getting phone calls on some things and logins or whatever, but thanks to him figuring it out, we weren't able to watch the game that was on Peacock because he was streaming it here and it wouldn't let me watch it.
I'm glad that the championship games, at least this week, were just on regular broadcast television.
I heard Super Bowl, they're only going to do it in the stadium. No one can watch it.
Yeah. They're going to lose out on billions and billions of dollars. Scotty had messaged me this morning, Carla Marie. Did you see the news that Taylor apparently is going?
How do we know for sure?
Scotty, how do you know? We need your information here.
Scotty doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Scotty apparently does know.
Also, with Google, this is the chaos that happened last week. I could not find the TV remote, and the TV was on. Or no, I wanted to turn on. I couldn't find the remote. It was driving me insane. And we have Google Chromecast, so it's not like I could just turn on the back of the TV and figure it out. So I was able to do all these steps to download the Google TV remote and use that. So now I have the Google remote on my TV. I bet I could turn it on from here. And it's great. It's actually better than the actual remote.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if Scotty has jumped in the chat here and told us where he got that news from.
No, I don't think it was real. He said, I watched a time lapse of her finishing a show in Tokyo. She can fly to Vegas direct and it will still have 5 hours to spare because of the time difference.
Oh, okay.
I saw something too. So
see,
Tokyo
this is how you get incorrect information. Scotty messaged me and I just thought he got it from a news source.
So it was 16 hours. Tokyo is 16 hours ahead of Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw this after we recorded the podcast. So Tokyo is 16 hours ahead of Vegas. By the time her show ends, she can get on a 12-hour flight and still have 5 to 6 hours to spare in Vegas. But let me tell you what, someone better knock me out so I'm sleeping on that 12-hour flight.
Well, listen, she's going to be on her private jet, right? She's going to have all her staff and she's going to have a bed in the back. She'll be great. She'll probably have some sort of like vaporizer thing to save her voice.
I mean, because also though, let me tell you what, after performing at the Eras Tour, there's no way you go to sleep immediately. Like, you have the energy of 80,000 people in your body.
Probably not if you're the one performing it. I'm
telling you.
I'm sure right after it, she's on a high. I can only imagine the crash that you feel after you're performing the way she does for what, it's like a 3-hour show?
3 hours and 40.
No, it's almost 4 hours?
I think, wait, no.
No way. Because we were not in the movie theater for 4 hours when I watched.
No, she cut some.
How much did she cut?
2. But you didn't also see there's like a 5-minute interlude in between the eras.
For between each era, there's a 5-minute interlude?
3 to 5 minutes.
Okay, Rain from Washington said 2 hours and 44 minutes.
Is the whole show?
I think you added an hour, Carla.
Yeah, that was what I did.
So, okay, a 3-hour show, like I said, and then was corrected by the Swiftie. 3-hour show. I guarantee there's a high right after it, right? She just completed it. she's feeding off the crowd, all of that stuff. But I guarantee you within 2 hours, she is spent. Like physically and emotionally
Thank
and
you,
mentally
Diana.
exhausted.
It's 3.5 hours, the show. The movie is 2 hours and 44 minutes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. You were still over. If this was The Price is Right, you would be wrong,
Okay.
Carla Marie.
So
what I'm saying is she's going to get, by the time she gets on that jet, she is going to be passed out in the bed or whatever they've got in the back of that thing, and she'll be golden by the time she arrives in Vegas. And
probably taking a sleep gummy from Seattle Gummy Company, to be honest.
I feel like she has to, right? If your boyfriend, if your person is playing in the Super Bowl, you don't,
And you
first
have the
off,
day off.
you don't know if he's ever going to get back there. You don't know if you're going to be together if he does get back there. You got to
And
do
this
it.
is like, the irony that they've asked her to perform at the Super Bowl like the last 10 years and she said no and she's going to just go.
You know what I found interesting when I was watching the game yesterday? Obviously, people are all annoyed about Taylor Swift. Football fans are like, oh, I don't want to see Taylor Swift anymore. Bleh. Okay, fine. Can I tell you what the bigger atrocity is? The amount of Travis Kelce commercials.
Oh, my dad said the same thing. He's like, why is no one complaining about seeing him on every commercial?
I'm not exaggerating. There was a break where I think there were 3 commercials in a row that were Travis Kelce. And I get it. A lot of these were filmed before the season.
Yeah.
And those advertisers can say, hey, Allstate or whoever, State Farm.
Amp them up.
Can say, well, we're going to pull all those other ones without Travis Kelce. Only play these because he's the star now. But it is wildly annoying. And that's the guy who I like. I like Travis Kelce, and I love Taylor Swift. It's still bothering me.
I know.
I think what's bothering me is the companies are clearly using his connection with Taylor Swift to pump up their own brand, and she is seeing $0 from it. That's, I think,
it is true.
BS
like, think about
capitalistic thing is what's bothering me about it.
The NFL, there's something insane. Like, the NFL has made $355 million. There's a weird number, something in the millions since
a marketing company has said like they've gotten 300 and something million dollars of like valuation or added value. It's one company that made up a number.
But also, even after she went to the first game, apparently jerseys, just Chiefs merch in general, not even just Travis, like the amount of money in Chiefs merch that went up, all that stuff. And so many small businesses are also benefiting from this because there's the Taylor's boyfriend shirt and all this stuff. So
all the Etsy stuff.
It's great. She's going to be just fine if she loses money on this football season. I'm not worried about that.
Oh yeah, I'm not. I don't feel bad for Taylor. I just think it's a sleazy system.
So Run Like a Husky just said something that I actually want to get into. She said, are we sure she's not making money? The conspiracy theorists think this is all set up. So there's 2 things I want to talk about.
Okay.
With this, we posted a meme to our Instagrams, Carla Marie Anthony, Anthony's, and mine last night about the morning show podcast. And the meme is Taylor whispering to Travis after the game because it was the first game she got to go on the field afterwards.
Or she chose to go on the field. I'm sure she would have had access to all of that.
Yeah, sorry. So, and it's her whispering, I start every day with the morning show podcast because all these lip readers are catching everything she's saying. And that was probably a private moment that she didn't want. So she did that.
This is the same woman that walked backwards from the gym to get rid of the paparazzi. There's people that don't know us or that have never commented on stuff we've done before, commenting on these. Oh, that's fun.
Someone said, it's so staged. I don't get what she sees him. He has that nasty, gross beard.
Bot. That's a bot. That's Russia trying to split us apart.
Yes. And I was like, bro, what? Like, get out of here. It's not staged. And I mean, come on. Now it's gone too far. I think if she would have just gone to that first game and then that was it, I could have believed that. This is not staged anymore.
Oh, I don't think their relationship is staged. I do think both of them are smart enough to use the attention to their benefit. Right? So I think they're probably, I don't want to say they're playing it up because it makes it sound like their relationship isn't genuine. I think they are purposefully putting themselves in additional spotlight. Like when they go out in New York and things like that the day before SNL, or whatever it is. Because they're smart.
And we know we've heard from so many different people in the entertainment industry that if you want to hide, you can.
Yeah.
But can you get to restaurants in one of the largest cities in the world? I don't know.
Yeah.
But also, why not? If you're happy
Yeah.
and you can ignore the drama, then do it. And that's basically what he said in a press conference this week. But there was another comment that I was like, oh no, we're not doing this. So it looks like she's kissing him. So for
There's a
the sake of
comment
this
where?
comment on that post
Oh, on our
of our
post.
memes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it looks like she's kissing him. She's whispering, whatever. Even doesn't matter. They kiss. We see it. Whatever. This person comments, he's kissing a list of dudes there with a vomiting face.
Wait, what?
Meaning.
Oh, like all the guys that Taylor's dated. Yeah, but what? She is also probably kissing a whole ton of girls that Travis has dated or hooked up with or whatever.
Also, but that's that's not how it works. We're not 13, and it's not like, oh, you kissed that guy that she used to date, or we're
I
not.
also assume they brushed their teeth. Like I don't,
Yeah.
I don't know what the big deal is.
Maybe.
Make
But I
sure
was
you
like,
leave those
bro.
comments up though. Don't delete them.
Oh, I did. I commented on them and then I put them on my story. So
Okay, good.
the people are gonna go.
Although I did realize, Carla Marie, you over the weekend did something that I've been advising you not to do for a long time, and you commented back to someone without a profile picture.
Oh, I think one of those people don't have one.
It was. Let me go back. I don't know if I'm going to find it.
If it's on the Cat Zaddy video, that's the next thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
Today. This is called Cat Zaddy versus the Internet. Okay. And I deleted some of these because I just wasn't having it. I don't even know if you saw them. So we have this video of Anthony. He is talking to the cats and he's using a snow brush for because he was talking to them like this. And I said, wait, I'm going to take a video of this. And I started to because you were going to put the snow brush in the car.
Yeah.
And in the video, you're telling Caroline one thing, Erica one thing, Max one thing, and John another thing. And you're, doing this. You are not beating our cats with a snow brush.
No.
Very clear. There were several comments. Please put that threatening brush down. Do not wave a weapon at your cats. This is abusive behavior.
Do people realize how much bigger I am than those cats? Like if I was abusive, okay, let's just put on the blinders for a second and pretend that I was abusive. Those cats would not survive. You realize how much bigger, you realize how much stronger I am than those cats? That is a ridiculous thought that because I'm waving a stick around, that I would do anything to injure anyone, whether it's a cat, a dog, a guinea pig, whatever.
So I'm trying to see if I can find, I think I deleted them. So I was like, I don't need people saying that we abuse our cats on the internet.
That doesn't even concern me.
So that goes along with, we can go back to that video in a second, but I do obviously a lot of litter robot ads. Mm-hmm. They also take the content and they run them as their own commercials. So to people who are cat fans on Facebook, I'm their Travis Kelce. They are seeing my litter robot ads over and over and over again. Not my problem, unfortunately. Commercials are how the world works. Uh-huh. Those ads are on Facebook. Again, paid ads that Litter Robot is doing, but there are people that don't know me commenting on them. And they are like, those cats look so miserable. And someone else comments and says, that's because they're probably sick of her BS.
I mean, they are 100%.
And someone's like, oh my God, she's feeding her cats alcohol. First of all, it was Martinelli sparkling cider. I'm not wasting a bottle of champagne for an ad. Second, no, my cats aren't drinking either thing. I can't even get them to drink water. Okay. Then there was someone that just screenshotted Caroline's face because I'm holding her and she looks sad.
Well, have you ever seen a cat's face?
I guess other cats in ads on the internet are laughing. I was completely perplexed. Okay. So now I'm like, what do parents who have children and are posting their children now? If you have a private Instagram and you have 8 followers, that I'm not saying that's bad. This doesn't happen.
No, that's much better actually.
Right.
For your health, for everyone.
If I had a baby and was posting it, I cannot imagine the things that people would be saying to me,
Mhm.
and that is noise that I do not want in my life.
Well, that's one of the
Because
that's one of the reasons. I cut you off. What were you saying, Carla?
this is like this is funny, I can laugh at it,
Oh
it's
yeah.
my cats. That's a whole nother level.
No, this is one of the reasons. There's two main reasons that celebrities don't post their children often. The first is privacy reasons, because it's
Yes.
not that kid's choice to be the child of a celebrity, and you want to give them a little bit of privacy. But the other reason is the amount of unsolicited parenting advice or shame or whatever that comes through the internet. And I'll tell you what the worst part about your little robot ad was, Carla Marie. It's the fact that it was put on Facebook.
Oh, I know.
Facebook is as vile as Twitter and Threads and Instagram can be. For some reason, Facebook's still worse.
It's weird.
And I think it's the amount of older people on Facebook. Because they don't even say the worst things, they just say the most unnecessary things. Like, it's weird that the generations that didn't grow up with the internet in school should be the ones that look at the internet as adults. Right?
Oh,
They should always have that that lens, right? That this is a foolish little toy that we're all using like idiots. But they're somehow the worst at it.
this person said, "You need to get the threatening brush out of your hands."
I will say,
But I agree with you about I get concerned that like my parents are those people.
Mhm.
So sometimes I monitor their Facebooks and they don't generally comment on things that they don't know. My dad still posts unhinged. I screenshotted one the other day. Unhinged behavior from
I
that
think
man.
maybe the biggest difference generationally is I don't think older generations, and I would even include the upper portion of Gen Xers in this. Don't get mad at me.
Mhm.
I don't think a lot of them understand internet security or like like just privacy settings, internet security, like ways to keep your accounts secure and whatnot. And I don't think they realize, not everyone obviously, because some older people are great with tech. I don't think they realize just how far-reaching one internet post can go or
Mhm.
can be.
Lenny said he gets messages all the time when he posts his daughter Brooke sparring,
Mhm.
like just in case people didn't know what sparring was. And they say, "Why do you have your daughter getting hit?" Or because she plays hockey. Hockey is such a dangerous sport. You should put her in figure skating.
Or she can play whatever sport she enjoys.
I can't.
And
I
this is
cannot.
something, this might be a controversial take. And listen, I don't have kids. I've never watched them get punched in the face. So I don't know how I would feel as a parent. But I feel like, boy or girl, I'd want them to learn some sort of self-defense, whether that's like a karate class, kickboxing, or boxing. I'd want them to learn, A, how to take a hit, and if need be, how to hit. I think those are important things.
No, I wish that I did those sports. Listen, I love cheerleading and it was my whole identity for 10 to 12 years of my life. But what did I get from that? How to be a leader? Okay,
I think
great.
the learning how to take a hit and get hit is probably like number 2 on what I would list as my physical to-do list for my child, right? Like
Mhm.
number 3. Number 1 is first they can do all things physically. Like that's what I would hope. Number 2, if number 1 is true, then number 2, I just want to make sure that my kid isn't the kid that runs weird. That's it. As long as I can do that, as long as when my kid as an adult someday down the road runs and someone goes, "Oh, that person looks like they've run before," then I'm good. Because the amount of people at all ages that I see that run like injured ducks is really concerning.
Your brother just said he was a Naruto runner. How dare you?
He's
Did
great.
Justin run weird?
No, when Justin played football, he seemed fine. I don't think I've ever actually seen Justin run like non-sport running. You know what I mean? Like
I just gotta run to the car to get my keys?
Not really.
Oh, I don't know but what do you mean non-sport running?
Like, I don't think I've seen him just go for a jog or run for the sake of running. I've only seen him run in a different sports context, right? Because running in basketball is different than running in football and running in track and so on and so forth.
Just to go back to the internet though, Rain said the internet is crazy because I got Instagram in 5th grade and we said their name when we did Instagram shout outs on Power, and here we are now.
That is crazy.
Power 93.3.
No, don't get me wrong. The it could be a phenomenal place, right? Just like there's so many things in the world that could be incredible if it weren't for shitty humans.
Yeah, no.
That's really what it comes down to.
Justin said you guys did the hell of a hill run together at Club Getaway, so you've clearly seen him run.
Oh, yeah, and he was fine.
Megan said, I got beat by a guy that ran like an injured duck in a 5-mile race yesterday, so those people do just fine.
And here's the funny thing. I think people, when they hear me say that, they think I'm judging how fast or how long you can run. That's not it at all.
It's the form.
It's just the form. I don't care how strong or fast or fit or whatever you are.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think everyone should know how to run, because who knows? What if we end up in a civil war? Your life might depend on it. You just
if you're
run.
running fast, then it doesn't matter what your form is.
That's true. I guess if you're in the front of the pack, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if you're in the back of the pack and you're flailing around, like that's how the lion knows to get you, because you look like an injured gazelle, and then you're done, dead. That's it.
Okay. So I think we need to make this a weekly thing, talking about the comments because our reels have been getting seen by people that don't normally see them, which is the whole point, right?
Yeah.
That's what you want. And there's good that comes with it, but then there's bad. And there's someone that was like commenting. It was bizarre. But on the one of us, the video where you're making fun of me for downloading the cat app that understands when the cat is meowing. It's almost at 2 million views.
2.1.
And is that 2.1?
Yeah, I think so. Because I still get comments every day on that post. So every now and then I'll check. Let me go back. Let's see. 2.1.
So, and we got nothing for it.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, Instagram doesn't pay people for reels anymore, right?
No, we would have been so rich. That would have been the end. We would have retired.
We would have made $30. Whatever.
So that video, I don't even think you shared it with me.
No, I did. It's me, you, and the cat account.
There are so many people being mean to me on that post too, right? Well, then someone say, well, she's dumb because she's a Seahawks fan.
There's a lot of like Seahawks hate because you're wearing a Seahawks hoodie, which that's just silly sports fans. Like I could actually imagine, and I hate saying this, I could imagine one of my little cousins being that person. And that's why I try to remind myself when I see idiotic comments, I try to run it through 3 filters first. If it's really unhinged, I'm like, maybe this is a bot. Maybe this is like Russia or China trying to make me hate my fellow human, or America trying to make me hate my fellow human. Then I go, okay, maybe it's a really old person. And then I think maybe it's a child. And once I run it through those 3 filters, I then have to fall on no, this is probably just a normal human who thinks this is an okay comment.
This comment is just, it's weird. They just said, I love the enthusiasm on that young girl.
That's one of the comments?
I'll take it.
Yeah, there really was.
They think I'm 16. I love it.
There really was a ton of Seahawks hate on there, which I thought was the funniest thing. Because like
he's up on the weeds. Oh, because we have our trash piled up in the background.
Yeah.
And we literally said, I wish we'd throw out the trash. Someone said, take your trash out for free $99 a month.
Well, maybe they're one of the few people that didn't make it through the end of the video because that's one of the things I mentioned. There was, on that specific post, Carla Marie, there was one person who I almost responded to. And as I started responding to it, I literally had like the first sentence written out.
Oh, come on,
I remembered the conversation that we had here where it's not worth it. It's just not worth it to argue with a stranger over nothing on the internet. And it's the comment, I believe, is still there, but it was something along the lines because if you watch that video, there's a title that comes on first, and it says, "What is the dumbest thing your partner has spent money on?" Now, in the video, I don't call you my partner, right? I don't call you anything in the video. That's just, I'm talking to you like a human.
Yeah.
And someone had the nerve to respond and say something along the lines of, "That is not your partner. That's not the proper way to address them. That's either your girlfriend, your fiance, or your wife. Get it right." Or something like wild, like weirdly aggressive.
But partner covers all of those.
And what I started writing was, first off, she also happens to be my business partner.
Yeah.
Secondly, that was a question directed to an audience. And it was much easier to write partner than it was to write significant other or wife, fiance, girlfriend, boyfriend, hookup, whatever. Partner,
when your one night stand buys that
for the audience. So get over it.
Yeah.
And
Scotty said, "What Duggar cult do they belong to?"
But I had the first sentence typed out. And then thankfully, I think we had just had the conversation about arguing with strangers on the internet like that day or the day before. And I caught myself, deleted my text, and just moved on with my life because that would have taken, at best, right? If I just wrote it out, sent it, and never thought about it again, would have still taken 5 minutes of my life. And then they probably would have responded, and someone else would have responded, and I would have gotten sucked into that whole thing, that whole cycle.
You're right. It's not worth your energy, but sometimes I actually enjoy doing it.
It's not worth your energy on most things. Sometimes there are wildly inaccurate things that people post online, and if you're someone with a voice or someone that person trusts, maybe you do have to address it with them on social. But
listen, you're not changing anyone's opinion who comments, but
true.
I do love calling people out. I do love it. But so the whole video was me downloading a cat translator app for $2.99. By the way, I said a month, but like it canceled after the first month, I think. So
that's nice.
I'm not being charged for it anymore, and I can't use it. Whatever. So that was the idea. It was an app that would translate our cat's meows. And I'm wearing a Seahawks shirt. This person, translate with that t-shirt. It says, "Bye-bye Seahawks."
But those that's not I wouldn't get angry at that comment. That's just a funny thing to read.
This person, it's usually us guys that do this, but it's nice to know the ladies can fall for it too.
That is nice.
I'll take it because normally the other way around, I hear.
That is nice.
What else does she say? I mean, I think they're talking about Caroline. Yeah. We need a segment of these talks. Ask her if my parents love me and that they're searching for me too.
Does it think this thing talks to dead people too? That would be a hell of an app that could talk to animals and dead people.
I can't. A lot of people are like, I'm downloading this app right now.
No, I would say, and this is the one thing we also have to remember when it comes to the internet, social media in general. 90% of those comments were either just having fun with it, like in the same vein of, wow, this is unbelievably silly. Or they were actually very excited to maybe try the app, or they were tagging people that they thought would like the app. So like 90% of those comments were in the same fun, positive vein as the post.
Yeah.
It's like a very small percentage that were just weirdos. Absolutely.
I love this person. This reminds me when, fresh off the boat, I bought the belt that sends electrical impulses to build your abs. Yes, I was too trusting of the honesty in this country ever since I have wised up.
One of my aunts bought that belt. That little electrocution belt that's supposed to like zap you to keep your core tight and flexed. And I think they ended up with like 2 little burn marks on them.
Also, someone said, I don't know if I'm more shocked about the app or shocked there was garbage in the garbage bin.
I think they were being sarcastic to me, like I should, because there was also someone who was like, "Get over it, there's garbage," and I'm like, "Yeah, it wasn't that serious."
Speaking of your aunts, one of your aunts commented on the cat video.
One of my aunts commented on
Your
the most
video with the
recent cat
cats.
video.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it was my Aunt Hilda.
And for some reason, it put her in hidden comments.
She hates cats.
I know, but she didn't say anything bad. She just said, I can't with you, LOL, because she hates that you like cats.
Which is fine. Which is
But
absolutely fine.
I don't know, it put her in the, this is like a mean comment.
It is, I don't know, maybe she was was it on Facebook or?
Instagram.
I wonder if she was ever in Facebook jail or Instagram jail. And now they just like always do that. Because sometimes I'll go through our comments, and I don't know if everyone's account, I don't know if like non-public accounts have this too. But on Twitter and on Instagram, some of the comments will be hidden. And I'm always curious to see what unhinged things people are saying. And oftentimes I'll go there and it's something that either agrees with me or is totally normal. And I wonder how the algorithm is doing that. Unless, like I said, it's the person's previous actions. And Instagram just said, we can't trust you to be shown to the general public.
But my mom's comments don't get hidden, and she's been put in Facebook jail.
Like actual Facebook jail?
Yeah, for saying, oh my God, I'm going to kill you, but not meaning she's going to kill someone.
Yeah, the algorithm doesn't know that.
Yeah, or like, you're such a jerk.
Oh, man. Good old New Jersey. How many of your family members have been banned from
my mom
media?
and sister.
That's it?
Older sister.
And again, I think that's a generational thing. Like, because to a degree, I kind of see where they're coming from. They're thinking normally that their messages, whether it's on someone's wall or response or whatever, it's just between them and their friends, right? Like, this is how they rib each other, if you will. They don't realize that there's a computer reading every single thing that you write.
I know. And I tried explaining to them that that's because there are crappy people in this world. This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
And because crappy people actually mean I'm going to kill you and they say it.
Yeah.
You can say it. And the Facebook computer doesn't understand that you're joking.
I gave my two younger cousins when they had just downloaded Snapchat, and they were at my parents' house around one of the holidays, and I grabbed the youngest one's phone. And I said, "Let me see your Snapchat." He said, "Why?" I said, "Because he was posting something. It wasn't anything bad. He was posting something." And I said, "Well, do you have your location services on?" And he didn't even really know what I was talking about. And I started breaking down to them. I was like, this is, I think, an important lesson for you guys. I don't know if they took any of it with them. Probably didn't, because they're kids. It's like, everything you post, whether it's a text, whether it's a post on social media, someone else is reading that, or someone else has access to that. And every time you post, most things on Instagram or Snapchat are going to have your location. So unless you want people knowing exactly where you live or exactly where you are at all times, here are the settings you need to change. And I think everyone needs that talk at some point.
Oh, yeah. But
everyone, parents, kids.
But they don't know. Older people don't know that. Yeah. They also get tricked into a lot of like posting those things on Facebook that are saying, please copy and paste this. Facebook is trying to take, and I'm like, stop it, Mom. I have to text them, like, take it down.
Yeah, the new chainmail.
So we were talking about Facebook jail, and there's so many great comments. So Jen said that her dad was put in Facebook jail during baseball season, and there's apparently still 60 days left to his jail time. Mandarin Rose said, my husband has been put in Facebook jail so many times, it's crazy. Joel said, my aunt was put in Facebook jail for saying take a long walk off a short cliff. Sonali got an Instagram violation for saying stab it with a spoon on a friend's Instagram live while she was cooking.
That's the thing. The algorithm doesn't know. It just sees stab. It's like, well, this person's a psychopath. I don't know none of my family members have told me if they've ever been in Facebook jail.
Let's be very clear. I
think the only person, and I think it would be my Aunt Hilda, and she's not like an ill-intentioned person.
No.
She talks the same way your mom would.
Right.
She grew up in New Jersey, born in Jordan, but grew up in Jersey, is very opinionated, and will let you know all the time. So, but I don't think, like, my parents are on Facebook a lot, but I don't think they're posters. Right? Like, they don't post or reply to a lot of people.
This is fake.
I don't think either of my brothers would have been in Facebook jail.
For the record, I almost just got duped by a spam account telling me something was wrong with my Facebook while we were having this conversation. So.
Yep.
Oh,
Mandarin Rose says, my hubby now tries to do things to see what will get him banned. It's his new fun game.
that is kind of fun, actually.
Listen, as long as he's not running for public office anytime soon, I think he's going to be fine.
Mm.
But that's going to be the interesting thing when, like, the next generation of politicians comes through and they've got an entire life from the time they were like 14 on of what they did on social media. That's going to be kind of a wild thing.
We'll have no one to run.
Because even athletes now, like, I do feel bad. There are certain athletes that get drafted and then someone goes through their Twitter from when they were literally 12 years old. I think it happened to, was it DiVincenzo from Villanova when he got drafted, or he won like the NCAA March Madness MVP, whatever it was. Keep in mind, this is an 18-year-old, 19-year-old maybe. They went back and they found a tweet where he was quoting a rap lyric. And I don't remember if it had the N-word or it had something in there. And everyone was dragging him for it. And it's like, well, let's have a little bit of grace for a 12-year-old who was given access to the internet. They were given access to everyone in the world at the same time.
And how do you tell a 12-year-old? Well, it's in the song, but you can't say it.
I mean, you can definitely have that conversation. I don't know if anyone did, because no one probably thought that 12-year-old was going to have legitimate journalists going into their whole life.
I think if he was older or said, I think he ended up deleting it. If he was like, no, I'm not. It all depends on how he's acting now, not then.
Yeah. It's just interesting because at some point we're going to have someone like that, right? Like in office, maybe running the country. But my hope, if we're going to put a positive spin on this, is kids, especially now that their parents have grown up with social media and their parents know the pitfalls of it, that maybe they are coached and taught social media and just internet etiquette in general.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that they're a little more prepared.
Well, I think some schools are starting to teach it now. It should definitely be a thing kids are taught.
Well, I think, and we were talking about it earlier, the whole idea of social hygiene or internet hygiene, which is like your privacy and data sharing and knowing how to handle all that, passwords, knowing what
it's
a
insane.
phishing email looks like, or a fake text from FedEx, whatever. That should absolutely be taught. And on top of that, one of the things that's been the most frustrating over the past year was all of the negative press that TikTok got for all of the data that they store, right? And it wasn't frustrating because I think that TikTok should have that data. It's the fact that we let Facebook and Google and Twitter and all of the other platforms that are based in America, we let them get away with it, if not worse. But because TikTok is partially owned by a Chinese company, it turned into, well, China's stealing our data. Well, guess what? America's stealing your data too. And I don't want either of them to have it. It's crazy.
Yeah, Pamela said they should offer courses like that for senior citizens too.
Yeah.
Free, 100%. I would send my parents.
I'm going to share a YouTube account that I followed recently, and I've been watching a lot of his videos. A lot of it is about like account protection. So like how to use two-factor authentication, how to do things like that. But he has a ton of really great videos to show you how to protect your accounts.
That's
bank
cool.
accounts, email accounts, all of that. I'll share it to my Instagram today. And I'll send the link to Carla Marie so it could be in this YouTube description as well. So you can just go, we're not affiliated with his account or anything. I don't know who the guy is. I've just gone to him for some internet advice, and he's been really good. So I will share that. My Instagram is @WorstAnthony. If you're watching on YouTube and it suits you, you can go into the description and hit that link too. What are you laughing at there, Carla Marie?
One of the dudes commented back to me.
Which dude? With
So
what?
it was the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce whispering one, and there was a guy that's saying he's kissing a list of dudes, meaning that Travis Kelce is kissing all of Taylor Swift's ex-boyfriends in a photo where she's whispering, not kissing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I said, nah, bro, that 13-year-old misogynistic behavior is not welcomed. Every time an adult man kisses a woman, he is not kissing a list of dudes from her past. And the same goes for women kissing a man, a woman kissing a man. This comment is gross and everything that is wrong with how society views women. Also, this isn't even a photo of them kissing. He says, she's a village bicycle bra. It's real shit men go through. They get with these females that have been dug out and then they find themselves thinking about what Calvin Harris did to her.
Here's
Then commented again. Unfortunately, this is the truth from a man's perspective, a man that really talks the reality of this shit.
okay. That man,
Amanda, I love that. Just say you hate women and move on.
that man, yes, he is speaking from his own opinions, but I guarantee you that man is not speaking from experience. That is a man who has not been with a woman.
Should I say that?
That's what that experience is. That is a man who has never experienced a woman, and that's it.
So this man basically only needs to find a virgin, is what he's saying?
Apparently, yeah. Which, listen, if that's your thing, if you're looking to find someone who's never been with anyone else, I'm all for it. Good luck. Enjoy your journey. But I hope you hold yourself to that same standard too.
The idea that you're going to find a woman in your 30s that's never been with anyone is kind of insane.
Here's my thing. You can search for whatever type of partner you want in life. Just hold yourself to that same standard. Because the people who I hear saying things like that, there's two groups of people. One, it's incels in their parents' basement who have never been with a woman and like, women hate me, so I'm going to hate every woman out there, and blah, 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 blah. Or it's the F-boy that all of a sudden wants to find like some idea, whatever he has in his mind, of some idea of some pure woman. It's like, well, like I said, you have every right to search for the person you think is going to make you happy. Just hold yourself to that same standard. That's all I ask.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but
it's giving basement troll vibes.
I agree with Maria in Omaha. That guy on that one post is definitely basement troll energy.
I think it was his post.
BTE.
He's got like a bunch of basement troll energy.
Yep.
Oh, this person. So they have 70,000 followers.
The person that commented?
But they have only one post. And it says, she only work out for the munchies. Oh, he's got a girl in his photo. And it says, personal blog. One of the last real ones left. Everything I do is for the fam. OTF. Orange Theory? Oh, he's got a story.
This is probably a guy who also calls himself an alpha all the time. Which, like, there's no better way to prove to me that you're not an alpha than by just consistently.
Oh my God, his Instagram story has, the NFL forgot Taylor Swift has effed over half the country. Like, Google her. Why the F they pushing that girl with a list of men that's destroyed her? Then a cat.
Did he write the word or just put the cat?
I put the cat.
Okay.
Would you have your daughter look up to her as an example?
Because she dated people? Like, that's the craziest thing, is she was, I think most of the men that she's been linked to are like long-term relationships, no?
And yeah, and they're not like, even if they
were, I'm not saying there's a good or a bad. I'm trying to break down, like, Derek Jeter. People used to go to Yankee games with Derek Jeter's starting lineup of girlfriends on their shirts. Okay? Because it was like Mariah Carey, Jessica Alba. I can't remember all the famous people that Derek Jeter has dated. But we didn't say, oh, Derek Jeter is such a pig, blah, blah, blah.
Kids shouldn't look up to him.
Yeah. It's a weird
Go comment and say that.
I do want to go through now and see who Derek Jeter dated.
Mariah Carey.
Derek Jeter dated list. Let's see what comes up. Jordana Brewster. Why do I know that name? What is she?
Mm-mm.
Was she a Friday Night Lights person?
I would love to get a gift basket from Derek Jeter.
Adriana Lima, Jessica Alba, Minka Kelly. Forgot about her. Lara
Ooh.
Duda. Who the hell is that? An Indian actress and beauty queen. Good for them. Jessica Biel. Forgot about that.
Jordan
Mariah
Brewster's
Carey.
from Fast and Furious. That's why you know her.
Fast and Furious. That's it. Gabrielle Union. Tyra Banks. And then Hannah Davis. Oh, Vanessa Lachey. Huh.
When she was Vanessa Manillo.
Yes.
Um,
That is, hold
this
on.
is a
1,
quote.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Scarlett Johansson. What was it? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 people come up when I Google Derek Jeter dating history. 18.
That's fine.
That's
Good
two
for
starting
him.
lineups.
I'm not sitting here saying Derek Jeter's been with too many women. I think that is a perfect amount of women to date before you get married.
But that's the point is no one is saying that the MLB should have gotten rid of Derek Jeter for being trash and, you know, having his pee ruined. Penis, not his urine.
There's a quote that your brother put in here that I'm not sure where it's from, but I'm going to steal it and use it forever. If a woman is dirtier for having touched a man, clearly it's the men that are dirt.
True.
I will be posting this to the man.
And I'll go back to this 100 times. You are allowed in your life to search for a partner that you think fits your vision of what your life is, right? You might find that person, you might not. But it is not up to you to tell people how they should fulfill their romantic desires. That's it.
Yeah.
You're allowed to do whatever you want. If you want to be a one-person monogamous thing your whole life, by all means, go for it. Find your person. Enjoy your life. If you want to have an open relationship and be with 1,000 people, by all means, go find your people. Find all 1,000 of them and enjoy your life. But don't make fun of the person that wants one. Don't make fun of the person that wants 1,000, and we're all going to be fine.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Put your P or your V where you want to and where you have consent to put it. That's it.
Fair.
And the other part of it is also, yes, there are going to be people that judge you for your actions, and that is okay. If you are happy with your life, the people that judge you for your actions should not matter. That's it.
And a lot of people in here were mentioning Leonardo DiCaprio and all the women he's been with. And yeah, he gets crap because those women are pretty young, but also he doesn't get the abuse, right? In the way that a woman would. And that's literally in Taylor Swift's song.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just like, it is insane that she's, preached about this through lyrics. And now people are like, oh, yeah, she wasn't just saying that. This is all real. So,
and listen, good for Leo. Most people, most men, I should say, in the world would look at Leo and go like, I wouldn't mind enjoying some of what he's been enjoying for the past 20 years. I mean, the guy is unbelievably consistent.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of women complain about consistency with men, but if you want the gold standard of consistency, Leonardo DiCaprio. That man dates one age every year of his life.
What is the movie?
That's it.
What is the movie? Where the quote is, I keep getting older, but college girls stay the same age?
Not Breakfast Club. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Is that the name of the movie? I think that's it. Oh, Dazed and Confused.
And that's Leo.
Okay.
But a lot of people are saying, I don't understand why Taylor gets all this hate, but no one else does. And it's because she gets the attention. There's so much good about you, not just her, like anyone that's on a pedestal in any way. There are people that will do anything they can to knock that person down. Also to be a part of that attention and to do anything they can to take away that attention. Also, when there's a powerful woman who has money, it is so threatening to men that they literally come out and do things like that man is doing. Not all men. Some men cannot handle the thought that a woman that is powerful and has had sex with other people in her life is looked at as a queen, and they cannot fathom that a woman has that power, and it makes them feel threatened because they have a tiny penis.
I think Taylor, if she was being honest, she would say this is part of the territory. When you're the most famous
Oh,
woman
she
in the
would, yeah.
world, this is part of the territory. But I think you also touched on something where when you are that big, everyone is trying to be a leech, right? Like the NFL is a leech on Taylor Swift when you think
Mhm.
about it.
Yeah.
They are trying to pull as much publicity from Taylor as humanly possible while either this relationship runs its course or while Travis is in the league. Because one of those things is going to end and then the NFL loses Taylor,
Yeah.
right? But there's also outside of the NFL, every single person, when you're that big and you have that much attention, they are going to try to use you for their own benefit. And a lot of times that just becomes negative, right? You become the person on social media who screams about that person being a
Mhm.
slut or whatever, and you get attention because of it. Look, we're giving that person a ton of attention right now.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is you had mentioned this to me, how was it last year Travis Kelce toyed with the fact of retiring?
Mm-hmm.
If he retires after this Super Bowl, the world is going to attack Taylor Swift.
I was actually thinking about this morning. Not the Taylor Swift. I mean, she's part of the equation that I was thinking of. But if the Chiefs do run it back and win another championship, he has one of the most listened to podcasts in the world.
Mhm.
He's now just won back-to-back championships, his third championship, but God bless you,
Thank you.
in 4 years or whatever it is. He's dating the most famous woman of our generation, top two. He's got to retire, right? Like it's not going to get better for him to go back to
And
the NFL.
and he's old by NFL standards,
He's going to be 35 by the time next season starts.
which NFL constantly you keep hearing Travis Kelce, 35, man, making a
Yeah.
play like that. Pump
Well,
the brakes here.
But it's also
But
he plays a very physical position. The way he plays is very athletic. And on top of all the accolades, all the things that he's achieved so far, I think it was yesterday he broke 2 of Jerry Rice's records, if I remember correctly.
Crazy.
One of them was for most touchdowns in it, or I think he tied most touchdowns in the conference championship game. And he broke the record for most receptions in the playoffs. Which
That's
if
wild.
you told people even 5 years ago that someone was going to break Jerry Rice's playoff receptions record, they would have thought you were insane. So I just don't know,
Yeah.
unless it's the thrill of trying to run it back for a third in a row, which I think only 2 teams have ever done. I don't know why you come back.
Mhm.
Like this is
I
probably
don't,
the peak
but
of
be prepared
his value.
because people are going to come at Taylor saying she made him retire.
Absolutely. Someone said it's Aaron Rodgers is over 40. Yes. Aaron Rodgers, I know he takes hits as the quarterback and the offense runs through him. It's a less
Different.
physical way of playing than Travis Kelce plays.
Mhm. Um, Also, when Taylor got on the field and she goes to hug him, one of the things she says to him is, "I've never seen anything like that." And I wanted to be like, "Girl, you should probably go to the Era store because it's way cooler than what you just watched."
You know what's crazy though? I can only imagine how fun this is for Taylor
Oh my god.
to actually be a fan. And I don't know, she was a football fan growing up, but like to be
Yeah,
at
a
this
stan.
level of involvement and
Mhm.
see all of the pomp and circumstance that the NFL is and know that even though attention is on you because you're Taylor Swift, should have nothing to do with you. Or like
Right.
everything else that she's
Oh,
done that's been big in her life, she's the focus.
wait. So I want to talk about that in a second and how I can relate. But
I'm sure you can, Carla Marie.
okay, so when you're in a suite at a sports event, a
Mm,
live sports event, there's often a TV in there so you can see what's actually happening on TV as well. Like you have the option you can put on a basketball game if you're at a football
mhm,
game, but the TV was very clearly on while she was in the suite yesterday to whatever station had the Chiefs game on.
okay.
So she's in the suite and they cut to her, a shot of her in the suite live on national TV. And we see her in the suite and they're actually talking about the Grammys, I think, because it was on the same network. and she looks up at the TV, sees that they have her on TV, and literally from this angle that you're seeing right now goes, "Go away, please." Literally, I don't need a lip reader to tell me that's what she said. And it's so funny
That
because
is
it's like
great.
she's over it. She says, or please go away, whatever she said, but it was go away. And I was like, man, I freaking love that that was on TV because she's just wants nothing to do with it.
I feel
Also,
like, and listen, I could be completely wrong. I mean, we've met Taylor like twice, but not in like a way that I'd really get to judge her character or personality. She's been nice.
yeah.
She's been nothing but nice in the times
Mhm.
I've met her, or the people I've talked to that have also met her or worked with her. But she seems to me like the most normal you can be
Yeah.
in her situation, right? Like she's not a normal human. She can't live a normal life. So we can't necessarily hold her to regular people standards. But I think she is the version of us that we would hope we'd be if we got that famous, if that
Girl
makes any
has chip
sense.
nail polish. That's all I have to say.
You
I've
know what I
known
mean?
that
Like
forever.
she clearly protects her privacy and she has to listen, she flies private a lot. I get it.
But
She
she
has
can't even live in her own home. How are we going to expect her to go to the airport
exactly.
without being stalked?
But that's why I say I think she is the version of ourselves we hope we would be if we got that level of fame. Because there's definitely
I
people out
100%.
there that we would hope we would never be if we got that famous. Like the Justin Bieber years
Oh,
where
yeah.
he was just an
I hope
absolute
I would.
disaster.
Yeah. But he's going to be a dad.
What? Really?
Did you see that?
I clearly
Yeah.
did. I clearly didn't.
Yeah. Daddy Beebs.
Is
Okay.
it
So how am
his
I?
wife that he got pregnant?
Yes.
Okay, just could.
So this is how I relate to you saying like Taylor Swift getting to be a fan.
Oh yeah. Let's hear how Carla Marie and Taylor Swift are the same person.
Okay. I was thinking yesterday how it's so insane that she's a WAG, like a wives and girlfriends. That's what they're called.
Mhm.
Literally referred to in sports by like an organization. Oh, that's where the WAGs sit.
Yeah.
That is their seat. It's not like it sounds like it's a derogatory thing I'm saying, but it's not. She's a WAG. So one of my favorite moments is when I got to be a WAG at the Champions of Change game and you weren't even playing.
This is okay. So this is
Because
not
normally
the
the
same.
focus is on me, like you said.
Yeah.
And I got to be there. I got to sit courtside, which was so cool. And I had all my friends. Like I was so Taylor. I was Taylor before Taylor was Taylor, to be honest, at this. And I got to wear my cute outfit and I got to be drinking my wine, cheering you on. And I've had people say, well, maybe you should play in that game. And I was like, no, no, no. I got a taste of the WAG life and I'm not going back.
Okay. Well, you know what? It's almost 9:30, guys. I think it's time for us to get out of here.
So next year, when Anthony hopefully gets to play in Champions of Change basketball charity.
I gotta start like pounding the pavement on that. I gotta figure out how to get myself back in that game because I have not been rehabbing for 7 months straight now to not play in that game.
Well, I hope you do because that is what I'm living for. I can't like, what am I gonna wear? I think I'm gonna have to. Oh my god, maybe I'm gonna talk to Kristen Jusek, who made Taylor's jacket, to
Yeah.
make me an Anthony Champions of Change jacket.
It would just be a fur coat. That's all you'd be wearing.
Also, your brother Michael just appeared in the chat and said we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, my brother Michael is a big Chiefs fan. He was made aware the second I got these Super Bowl tickets that he is not getting them, even if the Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl. It was weird. It's
crazy.
Because I have friends who are obviously Chiefs fans. I have friends who are Lions fans. Friends who are family members who are 49ers fans. Family members who are Cowboys fans, which that was going to get tricky because my Uncle John, I think, would have actually paid all the money for the tickets. But I had to tell everyone, these tickets are they're not friends and family tickets. These are whoever pays the FMV, as we learned earlier.
Yeah.
That's who's getting the
Farming
tickets.
motor vehicles.
But congratulations to Michael and the Kansas City Chiefs and the Taylor Swift fans and the 49ers fans.
And also, what's his name? McCaffrey on the 49ers is married to Olivia Culpo, and she's at all the games. No one's giving her crap.
Because they're married, probably. That's probably the only difference. Be like, oh, well, yeah, he made her a decent woman out of her, or whatever people say when you get married.
Honest woman.
Honest woman. Decent. is fine too. I don't know if she's honest.
She made a
I don't know. She could be a
nice,
lying sack of shit. I don't know.
nice woman out of her.
Who knows? Honest woman? I don't know. I don't know anything about her. Tell her she's what?
What did you just say?
I'm not gonna tell her she's honest. I don't know her.
Oh, but that's what the phrase is.
Yeah, it's a stupid phrase. Decent sounds way better. What else do we have in the chat here?
Make an honest woman of you meaning. It's an old-fashioned and humorous to marry a woman, especially if a woman has already had sex with, is where that sentence ends, and that's.
That sounds like an old person on Facebook wrote it.
To marry a woman you are having a sexual relationship with.
Oh, because like she wasn't an honest woman when you were doing her before
Because she was lying.
Maybe back in the day she had to lie to her parents and be like, "No, we're not doing anything."
So let's look at this, because this goes back to the 16th century. 16th.
Okay.
When it was used to describe the act of marrying a woman who had been living with a man without being married. The phrase is derived from the idea that marriage is a way to make a woman honest or respectable. I don't understand why it's honest.
Would you ask?
I don't understand, because I've been lying, so now you're making me honest.
Because having sex out of wedlock is seen as dishonest, according to my brother Justin.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's not according to his personal beliefs. He's just explaining that. All right, for real. It is 9:30. It is time for us to get out of here. Thank you for hanging out with us for an hour and a half. It's been a fun show. We'll be doing this again tomorrow, so hopefully,
sure will.
You come back.
Might have a baby make an appearance. I'm not having a baby
making appearance. The hell did you just say? What kind of appearance are we having tomorrow?
Guess you're just gonna have to tune in and find out.
What?
There will be a baby possibly making an appearance on the show.
All right, it's time to get out of here. See you later.